And we are live. What's going on, guys? Today it's HIMS and TEM, which is Tempest AI. That's the bullshit AI company that Nancy Pelosi invested in. Report earnings today after the market closes. And just like you guys asked in today's earlier video, you asked me to go live so we can watch the market react to see if the market reacts in a positive way or a negative way. Tempest AI, in my opinion, again, it's a bullshit company. It loses money every single year. And the only reason it was going up was because of Nancy Pelosi. So I think it's a hyped up meme stock. I don't think it even belongs trading at 60, yet alone $90 per share. But we'll see if the hype continues, right? Anything can happen when it's a meme stock. Anything can cause it to continue to skyrocket. The one that I'm actually intrigued to learn more about is HIMS. Although I do believe in the short term, HIMS is overvalued or overpriced, HIMS is actually a pretty good company in the sense of the way that it's ran. It's growing quarter after quarter and year after year. There was some negative news that came out that caused it to pull back, but we'll see if the earnings that it reports today brings it back to either $73 per share or new highs, or is this the beginning of the end and the end of all these overhyped up meme stocks that we begin to see a pullback? And when I call it a meme stock, I mean it lightly. I'm just calling it as in it's an overhyped up stock, right? I called PLTR a meme stock. I called HIMS a meme stock, TEM. I mean, calling TEM and MSTR meme stocks are very different than HIMS and PLTR. So sorry that I have to categorize them together. Please don't get super offended. But I do it just to poke fun. So excited to see which way the market goes. The market closes in 6 minutes, and then that's when they should be reporting earnings. As you can see, HIMS, Riot, Tempest, Zoom, Chegg, a handful of different companies report earnings today after the market closes. But the big boy this week is going to be NVIDIA. That one will move the entire market. Another bullshit company that's reporting earnings is SOUN. That reports after the market closes on Thursday, and that thing has been performing terribly today. I think it went down to $9 per share. Yeah, $9. This thing has been free falling. We called it out when it hit highs of $20 per share. It ran up to 25, and it's been retracing ever since. So you guys can feel free to watch that video. Anytime that I see a stock being pumped up, a lot of people get offended because they're like, Ricky, why are you always so bearish? It's not that I am bearish. I guess that's a fair comment. But like none of these stocks belong up there. And I feel like it's so much easier to make money on the retracement. Why, right? When all of them are pumping these stocks up, just like we saw with MicroStrategy, I thought this thing was going to $1,000 per share, right? From $500 all the way down to $280. It's lost about 50% of its value. I've had so much fun shorting these stocks, my team and I, because we keep our trading simple. While everyone pumps it up, there's nothing wrong with making money on the upside, but know when to take profits. Don't feed into the BS that you really think that this company is going to change the world. This company is not a company. It's a Ponzi loop. It's a company that borrows against its shares and buys Bitcoin. If you're so bullish on Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin yourself, right? There's no reason to feed into that Ponzi loop. Why would you buy a company that buys Bitcoin? Why not just buy Bitcoin itself? It's funny. Ricky, let's do some foreclosed flips. Caleb, send me some deals. Let's do it. If you're in the Arizona area, I'm always looking to buy more properties out here. My partner, Nick, and myself always flip about 1 to 2 properties a month. We're always looking for new deals. We're cash buyers. We don't have hard money lenders. We're always here to buy and close quick. So if you find me a good deal and you want to do a rev split or a finder's fee, I'm open to all of it. So definitely would be happy to entertain that. So message me on Instagram or on Discord. It's all linked in the description down below. Ricky, you got to show up to some car meets in Scottsdale. I'm too old for that, Sebastian. I have a kid now. I have a daughter. Yeah, car meets have never been my thing though. So anytime I'm not that kind of car guy. I like driving my cars. I appreciate for what they are. I appreciate them for what they are. But that's about it. I'm not really into it. I don't really care to show off my car to other people or to pay attention to other people's car. It's not my thing. But again, it's great that you're able to do that with other people who do like that stuff. All right. How are we doing today? Are we pumped? What do you guys think for HIMS? Bullish or bearish? Let me know in that live chat. Bullish or bearish on HIMS? What are you guys? I'm excited for HIMS. I think HIMS can outperform Wall Street's expectation. And if, again, it does, there's huge recovery potential. After a 30% sell-off, I think it was, it did a really good job. At one point, it was down over 10%. And I mean, it recovered, to say the least, from $43 all the way to highs of 53. I mean, that's a $10 recovery. Very impressive. The rest of these meme stocks are, Palantir is right back down to $90 per share. So it looks like market's trying to hold on by a hair. Look at that. NASDAQ just made new lows. 2 minutes until the market closes. Look at this. SMCI, they're still waiting for them to report earnings. That's going to be on the 25th. Let's see if they actually file on time. Tesla is the biggest bullshit stock right now, way overhyped. No one wanted to believe when we were talking about it, like, hey, it doesn't belong in the $1 trillion market cap. It doesn't belong at $488. What did everyone say? But Ricky, Elon's with Trump. Fundamentally, that changes nothing about the company. If anything, it makes it worse. Go back and watch the videos. I specifically said, if you really think about it, Elon spending so much time at the White House is only going to take him away from Tesla. It's like so common sense that it's like, why were we running this stock up? You just thought magically things were going to change? And it was made very clear that there's a bunch of things that Elon can't even partake in because it's a conflict of interest. And him and Trump have obviously said that. So it's unfortunate that people fed into the hype when it should have not been that difficult to identify that, hey, there's nothing wrong with partaking in the hype as long as you know when to take profits. So here we go. HIMS looks like it's getting ready to report. Same thing with Tempest AI. Tempest looking a little bit more on the bearish side of things. How are we looking? Hopefully, again, if you guys are tuned on in for the first time, hopefully we earn your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing if you guys haven't done so already. And let us know in that live chat once you're subscribed what you think is going to happen, bullish or bearish on HIMS. I am bag holding PLTR. It's a tough one, but PLTR is also a very strong company. So, I mean, I don't know what you mean by bag holding. Are you bought at what, $125 per share? All right, here we go. Market's closed. Let's see if the hype meets the expectation. Drum roll, please. Under 60 is what L is saying. You think it's going to close under 60? $70 is what some people are saying. What is that? That'd be like a 10% run. No more. What do we think? 33%, 40%. Oh, TEM. Whoa, TEM went from being up 4% to, let's see if the hype feeds into it. Here we go. TEM going red. TEM going red. Full sell-off, down 4%. I want to remind you, at one point it was up 4%. This is not a time where you want to be greedy. This is a time where, in my opinion, I would take profits as soon as possible. Again, I'm not you. You're not me. We all experience and manage risk in different ways. Just something to be mindful of. Wow. Who's taking profits on their short on TEM? Look at that. Going green. Wow, more selling pressure. Tomorrow I'm a millionaire. I like that, Luis. Oh, is it because you're trading options so you can't close it out right now? Look at that. Down 3%, 2%. Who's taking profits? Who's taking profits? Pretty much break even. A lot. Oh, there it goes. Never mind. Going red. All right. Do we want to look up what happened with TEM? Very quickly. Let's pull it up. Huh. Was there no forecast? This is just what they reported. They lost 18 cents per share. Oh, there it goes. HIMS is pushing. HIMS is up 7%. Look at that. Let's see if it holds. Let's see if it holds. 5%, 7%. It's pushing 5%, 4%. Oh, no, it's coming back down. Oh, it's going. Is it going red? No way. No way. No freaking way. No freaking way. What did it report? What did it report? Wait, no, that was the previous reporting. No freaking way. Dude, this thing is tanking. Shoot. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is why you take profits. Holy smokes, bro. What a beautiful setup. What do we think here, though? We buying into this dip? Not for Tempest AI. I wouldn't buy into that one. HIMS, I could entertain that. Oh, man, I don't like how that reacted, and I don't like that I can't read the earnings. Nope, it's still going. It's still bleeding, bro. The meme stock, the end of the meme stock. For those that are taking profits, just a reminder, it's down 6.4%. I think we hit lows of 43.80. Are we going to make new lows? It's down 10% after market hours. Holy smokes. I'm just going to have some fun with it, I guess. Oh, it won't even let me. Wait, why? Oh, only available. No, it's already too oversold, bro. HIMS is a rocket that is crashing. Oh my goodness. It's too oversold. It's too oversold, right? It's down 14%. Oh, people are going to be crushed. This is sad. And there was some hope for HIMS. HIMS I thought looked healthy to some degree. What do we think? Do we want to buy into the dip? Keep it light? Keep it light? I'm buying 100 shares. 100 shares is $4,000. That's a risky trade. Do not copy me. Let me make that very clear. This thing is tanking. This thing is tanking. Wow. What a freaking beauty. Buying another 100. There we go. This is a super risky trade. I'm not going to be like other YouTubers that are like, yeah, join me. This is super risky. Please do not put yourself in a position in which you cannot tolerate. Do not copy this trade. Let me make that very, very clear. This thing can continue to sell off, meaning that it would be against going long, right? This thing is an active sell-off right now. TEM, showing signs of a potential support, showing signs of a possible recovery. Let's get a bit. Hey, we got to give them a round of applause for all those that locked in profits before. Let's make this very clear. Why do I not like to trade or hold a position before a company reports earnings? Because of moments like this. Because you can never predict the future. There could be a lot of hype, a lot of positive sentiment, and then right off the bat, you're down 13%. If you would have carried a position into the close, you would have been down 13, 14%. But guess what? Like myself, you stay cash, you wait for that sell-off to happen. You're able, if you want to, it's still super risky, but now I'm able to buy this as a trade because I don't intend to buy it as an investment. I get to buy it at a 14% discount than what it was 5 minutes ago. And if it recovers, it's down 14%. Even if it recovers 2 or 4%, that's huge. 2 to 4%. Again, maybe not for those crypto traders. I'm not a crypto trader. A lot of the stocks that I trade move 2 to 3% for the entire day. This thing is doing it in a few minutes. So incredibly volatile. Watch that position size. But this is why we always say for beginners, it's never the best idea to hold a stock right before it reports earnings. You can never predict the future. Now, of course, if you're investing into a stock, that's very different. But if you're trading a stock and the trade didn't go according to plan and you still choose to hold the stock into earnings, you're just putting yourself in a very stressful position. Just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. This thing can get worse. This thing can actually get a lot worse before it gets better. Ricky's the only YouTube guru. I am not a guru, right? Ask my LPP team. I'm here. I trade in front of them. There's sometimes I make the dumbest mistakes within our live trading sessions, right? I do it live, just like what I'm doing right now. I take trades in front of them. There's many times that I take very poor trades, but I think the reason people, my LPP team really likes my videos and my live content is because it's just real trading. You get to see all of the good. You get to see all of the bad. If I make my mistakes, as I always do, I hold myself accountable. And if that's the kind of don't ever call me a guru because I will never try to label myself as one. I'm someone that simply likes to learn from his mistakes. I like to trade live in front of our group. And yeah, I like to make my money and I like to bounce. And obviously I love to talk shit on MicroStrategy. Quick little disclaimer there, right? Quick little disclaimer. But again, green days, red days, you guys know that I'm always here to show it all. And man, wow, I needed to check. Let's see what my heart rate is right now. I should have checked it right when it sold off. My heart was pounding. I didn't even have a position when it was selling off. Whew. Isn't this so cool for all of you guys that are watching right now that do not have an active position on HIMS? If you want to, you're now able to buy it at a 15% discount. Isn't that so cool? Like, just like that, 15% off. It's not that you should, because this thing can drop 20, 25%. We don't know how low it can go. It dropped 30% last week, right? So from overall highs, let's see how much it's down so far. 40%. It's down 40% from the highs that it made last week. And think about that, right? They get mad at me when I talk about an overvalued stock. My callouts are never perfect. I'm not here to pretend like they are, but they always have good intention. The whole focus of when I call out PLTR, MicroStrategy, HIMS, TEM, maybe it's because of my tone and I do say things that are very aggressive sometimes, but it's because I need you to feel something so you remember. Because I want you to understand that, hey, It's not that I was able to predict the future. It's that I was able to prepare for it. We see this happen all the time. It's an overhyped up stock that simply grew quicker on its stock price than the actual business did itself. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging that. It's just being self-aware. Here it goes, beginning to indicate signs of a possible support. Let's see if we see an active uptrend. Let's see if we get it. There it goes. That's my break even. Come on, come on. Can we break above 44.50? How many shares do I have? Oh, there it goes. Go. Come on. 100 shares added. As you guys could see, limit order, 100 shares, including extended hours. That was not a good one. Silly rookies getting faked out. Still down 14%. Look at that. Nope, still looking weak. MSTR just broke November support. No way MSTR is still selling off. Oh yeah, it's testing. Yeah, the support, the sell-off that we saw when... This is the crazy part. Isn't it crazy that MSTR is aggressively selling off already? MSTR is down about 50%, and Bitcoin hasn't even started crashing yet. I've said this before. Some people think when you look back at MSTR and you look back at what it used to trade at, right? Because do you guys know that? It pumped the last time that Bitcoin pumped to highs of 131, and then it came crashing down to $15. So when I spew all this hate to MSTR, it's not out of left field. It's because it's literally done this in the past before. And I don't think enough people know that. I don't know if you guys want to acknowledge. Did you guys know that it's crashed in the past before? The last Bitcoin crash, when it pumped and then it dumped, MSTR crashed as well. So this is why I think it's so obvious that MicroStrategy is a ticking time bomb. That is why I think it's so obvious that it's only a matter of time for it to come crashing down. I think this time it could be different. I think this time MicroStrategy owns, according to what they disclose, they own so much Bitcoin that they might get in trouble with how much Bitcoin they own, what they're doing, and the impact that it will have in the crypto industry might send it to new lows. Here it goes. HIMS is still dropping. HIMS is down 17%. HIMS is dropping. All right, we got to be careful here because this thing is still dropping like a rock. Even Tempest AI is recovering, and this is a bullshit AI company. Holy smokes, bro. Holy smokes. Okay, so HIMS missed earnings per share. Okay. It definitely missed. So it missed by 35%. Revenue was a hit, so it exceeded. Wow. And again, and some of you guys might be saying, well, that's not that big of a surprise, right? That's not that crazy. This is the unfortunate part, the unfortunate reality of meme stocks. I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude because I know some of you guys probably are invested in HIMS. I have nothing against you that are invested into HIMS. HIMS to me makes more sense than being invested into MicroStrategy. I don't want to treat you guys like MSTR bag holders. I won't. I have a little bit more respect for you guys. I'm going to buy a little bit more of HIMS. This is the unfortunate truth about stocks that become very overpriced and overhyped up within a short period of time. Because of how much momentum HIMS got within a short period of time, if anything, it's not even with how big it is, if anything begins to look not as perfect or as ideal, it begins to fall apart. And that is the unfortunate truth about something like this, where you might be like, well, what the heck? It's not even that bad. Like, why is it crashing? It simply never belonged at $73 per share. So this is now a correction because now the forecast of what the company was expected to make is no longer, the same expectation because it doesn't meet the reality or the projected value of what it was supposed to make according to Wall Street. It's the unfortunate truth about the market. The market always gets ahead of itself. You will always see this. The market gets ahead of itself. They call it a leading indicator. Like this stock market likes to factor things in advance that hasn't even happened yet. Real estate market is like a lagging indicator. It kind of like lags because it takes obviously more time to buy and sell a house. There's a process behind it. So anytime that you see interest rates rise or drop, the real estate market might take a little bit longer than, the stock market. The stock market factored it, months ago because it expected, Jerome Powell to do something ahead of time. And that's why the markets, went up ahead of time. But then the real estate market, it doesn't happen until months maybe after, because again, it's like a domino effect, but it happens at a much slower rate. So understand the difference from a leading indicator and a lagging indicator, right? Or kind of like a leading market or a lagging market. So I just think it's important to understand of why maybe the stock market might be rising, but real estate market might be declining, or vice versa, right? I got a call on TEM. What does that mean? That you expect it to go long? I don't trade options, so good luck with that one. Doesn't look very good. Whew. Too much fun, man. Too much fun. I'm buying another 100 shares down here. Let's see what I have. A total of 800 shares so far that I've purchased as it sold off 14% originally. Okay? So just so you know. SMCI, thoughts, everyone? Remember, SMCI, in the way that it produces revenue, it's not bad. But unfortunately, it's being ran very poorly. They filed late. They're expected to file earnings tomorrow. And as long as they file, hopefully it can act as a positive catalyst. If they don't file, the only reason it's been going up recently was because they're expected to file. If it doesn't file, I don't even think it's going to just drop to 26. I think it could drop back down to new lows. I think it could go sub 17 if it doesn't file. If it does file and it reports as expected for Wall Street, this thing can go to, it's actually a pretty decent company. It does produce a lot of revenue. So as long as they're not found to be cooking their books, this thing can go to plus $60 per share. HIMS is still dropping 18%. Oh my goodness, bro. Yeah, watch support at, oh man, this is so beautiful. Doesn't it just feel super good to have so much cash on the side to be like, dude, I can buy the dip on this. And even if it recovers 5-10%, I can step on the gas and let it rip, right? Man, oh man. Yeah? It's locked right now, so I'm live right now. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just need help.
What?
On my website.
Okay, yeah. A company is reporting earnings, so give me like 5-10 minutes and I'll be over there.
Okay.
All right, thanks. All right. I need more cash to buy the dip. That's funny. All right. So very quickly, just so we can talk about it, it looks like HIMS missed EPS, which is earnings per share, but it exceeded revenue. So now we're seeing that significant drop. And when it comes down to TEM, I don't know why on investing.com it doesn't have projected forecast or revenue, but it looks like it made $200 million for that quarter of Q4, and it lost 18 cents per share. Still supporting the case that it's a company that loses money every single year. So I'm not a fan of that. I don't like investing in companies like that. If that's your cup of tea, all power to you. It's not mine. I'm not here to pretend. We don't have to see eye to eye, right? Give me 1 second. All right, buying more as this thing begins to indicate signs of an uptrend. I have 1,000 shares right now at an average price of $43.99. Nice, not bad. I like it. We're priced in pretty well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, I still think in comparison, TEM is an absolute bullshit company. I think HIMS is not a bad company. It just outperformed, the stock outperformed the business itself. It just was overhyped. And that's what a lot of these Reddit traders do. When people come together and they pump up a stock, it's very unfortunate for those that weren't aware, that are sold the dream of this thing has to continue to push, but that's definitely not the case. It is a good company. It looks like it's actually ran pretty well. If you look into their financials, they're in the way that they trade, their PE ratios, what the company produces, revenue per year, all of that is fair. Like none of that is terribly wrong. But again, hopefully it's still relatively a newer company. So hopefully as it continues to do more acquisitions and continues to grow, so can the stock itself at a steady pace, right? But that's the big thing. It's if you experience all of these pumps within a short period of time, then you can't be surprised based off of some of these dumps. It all comes with the territory. Do not expect to make a ton of money on a very volatile stock, but then not want to accept any of the risk. This is one conversation that I have with our LPP traders every single day. I'm not here to pretend that, again, we were fully prepared. Like, I really did think HIMS was going to push up, but this is why we don't like to predict earnings or trade earnings beforehand. I like to wait to react because now I'm able to buy into the dip. And if tomorrow this thing recovers just even a small amount, we have a ton of money and a ton of margin to work with, right, for recovery potential. And that's the beautiful thing. You can't predict, but you can always prepare. So again, I trade live every single morning. I will not be trading live tomorrow because I will be traveling. But again, if you want access to our daily live sessions and our LPP lesson library, it's designed for complete beginners. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. And again, it breaks down to $1.35 per day with the current sale we have going on. You don't have to sign up. You can still try to figure it out all on your own. But if you viewed this video to be somewhat useful because you got to see me kind of interact while I'm actively trading, that's what these live sessions are like. And they're for about 30 minutes to an hour every morning. So again, I hope to see you there. If not, again, it's all good. Make sure you drop a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note and stop talking about my mustache. You guys, what do you guys think about my mustache from 1 to 10? It's patchy, huh? It's almost like MicroStrategy. It's like not a real mustache. But hey, at 30 years old, your boy could barely grow some facial hair. So I guess I have bigger problems. So I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.